I think I have been caught in a 5-year cycle of abuse. My financed 27F and I, 32M, have been together for about 5 years and engaged for about 3 months. I'm sitting here after we have just had another argument and I'm pretty sure I have been in an abuse cycle for almost all of that time. We moved 14 hours away from where I grew up 5 years ago to where we both have no family. We have had some severe arguments over that time, verbal and some physical abuse. The verbal abuse is much more constant. I have noticed a disturbing pattern of behavior recently. I honestly think it has been getting worse since we got engaged, where anything I say that she doesn't want to hear results in her getting so angry that she just yells and tells me not to speak to her, and if I try and explain myself she starts to smash things like blinds or clocks, or throws whatever is near her. She does not like my parents and refuses to go to my hometown to visit. She uses things I told her in confidence about them as ammunition in our arguments. She effectively asked for an engagement ring and I went ahead with it like a pushover. I was never like this before I met her. About a week ago we had a huge argument where she told me that I should go and kill myself. Don't worry, I would never do that. Especially not to satisfy her. I feel like I need to leave her, but I would have to ghost her because her aggression and taunting behavior would be too much to bear if I tried to leave when she was home. The only difficult part is that we have 2 beautiful dogs that I would have to take with me. I couldn't bear to leave them behind, even though one of them is registered to her. I know what I need to do, but every time the arguments subside, I never end up leaving. I just need to find the courage. Thanks for listening. I don't have anyone else to share this with. She sounds pretty toxic. What's making you keep her around? I'd reach out to a trusted friend or family back home and start drafting up your exit plan. And yes, you will need an exit plan. From a stranger on the internet, I'm so proud of you for recognizing that you deserve better than this and for planning your escape. You deserve so much better than this. Sending strength and courage. Don't take the dog under her name. As hard as it will be thinking this dog would be better with you. You should avoid getting anywhere near her ASAP as you find the courage to live. You deserve better. When you feel it's the right time. Go ahead, a better future awaits you. Narcissistic abuse. I would be careful about taking the dog who is registered in her name. She will most likely report it as stolen and identify you as the thief. That would be very bad for you. That's textbook abuse, telling you to kill yourself being particularly egregious. You should find an out immediate. Go stay with a friend. Sharing a resource. You are not alone. Here are some common reasons why people stay in abusive relationships cited from the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Advocates are available for support such as creating a safety plan with you to remain safe while in the relationship tailored to your situation. You can call the 24/7 hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or text LOVEUS to 22522 to connect with an advocate for further support. GTFO now. I left the mother of my child for the same behavior. After being together 9 years. Get out of there, man. Read your post back to yourself, but as if a friend or family member, someone you love, were in this relationship and not yourself. It's really scary. She will escalate. You need to make an exit plan with a trusted friend or family member so you can leave and go fully no contact. Get all the paperwork for your dogs, vet bills, microchip information, anything you can to prove they are yours. Stay somewhere she doesn't know if you can, at least for a little while, or move into a new place if you have the means. You need to get out for your safety and you need to do it without letting her know at all. Anyone who will tell you to kill yourself is an evil person. No matter how angry she was during the argument, those words can land her in serious trouble if you do go ahead with it. Leave before it gets worse. I'm glad you have recognized the pattern. Just because you're a guy doesn't mean you have to take the abuse. This is horrible. If it was genders flipped, you would be in jail. No one, and I mean no one, should talk and abuse you in this way. I'm a woman and a huge advocate for men's rights. As a human, I want to tell you to leave with your dogs and find peace in your life. She doesn't get a pass for being a woman. As a human, she horrible and you deserve better. Dude, I know how you feel. I just spent 9 months getting myself ready and at the 7th month. I packed up my shit and just left. But it took everything out of me. And like you, I was never a pushover until she came into my life. You and the dogs deserve better. You can do it. And you'll look back and be so grateful you left. What helped me was thinking about the life I was giving up by staying. I just knew there had to be something better, more, etc. And lo and behold, I was right. Just married the best person I've ever known, who is so kind and respectful and fun and encouraging and loves the 3 dogs I brought to the relationship from my previous abusive one. Edited to add, I ghosted my ex. Packed up what I could fit in my car, plus the dogs while they were at work, and they never even tried to contact me about anything. But first, I explained the situation to my vet and they helped me change all my dogs' info to just me, just in case my ex tried to claim I stole the dogs, etc. You need to leave her ASAP. IDK if you can legally take the dog that is registered to her, but definitely take the other dog and go back with your parents for a bit. This link is for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. They do online chats and phone calls. Good luck op, you deserve better. She is abusive. Can you quietly change the dog registration to at least include your name? I would also suggest when you do leave to make sure she can't locate you, the dogs. She sounds a little scary. You shouldn't go through life fearing outbursts and destructive, abusive activity. You and your dogs can make a fresh start. Take a video of her acting like this, take the dog thing to court. If she tries to have the dog put down, go to every vet near you, show them the clip. Tell them she might try to do this to spite you and to give you a call if she comes in to kill the dog. Your instincts sound pretty solid here. This certainly sounds like it goes way beyond simple arguments between couples. Throwing things is not normal by any stretch of the imagination. Sure, it means ghosting her, but escaping an abuser is exactly the time when you should ghost someone. Especially when that abuser tells you to kill yourself and goes physical. You may want to speak to a lawyer about taking the dogs, though. It'd be bad if you took the dogs only to find out later that she could legally take you to court to get them back, or worse, press charges against you. A lawyer can tell you if you have a safe way to take them, and how to do it if there's a way. While people are right that plans help, you have to choose something you can act on. Don't overcomplicate it. And be steadfast. Don't let yourself get talked or bullied into trying just this other little thing, which if you love her will be really tempting to do, or let the abuse get to your self-esteem enough to cave. There is no excuse to tell somebody to kill themselves, especially your partner. This doesn't sound like a sustainable relationship for you. I was in an abusive relationship for 5 years myself. I will be honest with you, if your partner loved you they would never treat you like that. It's better to leave while you can. It'll only get worse after marriage. Try to leave when you know your partner will be gone, or if they spend the night somewhere. It may be rough for a little while but at least you'll be safe. Best of luck to you. Simple as this, you only on this earth once, you choose a partner to spend most of that time with together. Is she someone you want to spend the remainder of your life with? Is she someone you want to have your children? Will you be happy and fulfilled being with her? Or is it better for it person to just be alone? If you answer, alone. Get up and walk the hell out now and choose better for yourself. The rest will work its way out, and when you ask the above questions to yourself again, you will have different answers, and great happy answers. You should leave the dog registered to her. If you don't say goodbye to the dog it will be never-ending from her. You might go back to your parents' place but she will come for the dog's, and if you leave her one she might be complacent. Did you get the dogs while you were together or bring them into the relationship together? Basically just leave her a note or something if you really want to ghost her. Get out and get out quickly. If you have to abandon the dogs or something else near and dear, do it. Change all your passwords and make it so you're free and clear, then leave. The longer you stick around, the higher the odds you'll be accused of something you didn't do. Please do not sell yourself short. Love yourself enough to walk away from someone that abuses you in this way. Especially when they throw a temper tantrum like a toddler. We are grown adults, not children anymore. Please leave her. I was in a very abusive relationship for 7 years. We can't turn the clock back and get that time back. Leave before it turns into 10 years and then 20. You have the strength within you, embrace it. Take the dogs and zip out of there the second she isn't home. Material items can always be replaced if you aren't able to pack up or can't take small items bit by bit. Woman here. Please do not marry this person, pleading face. Dude, I'm in a similar situation. I broke up with her after she had been cheating on me for over 2 months. We still live together though, and she keeps trying to play nice to get me to take her back, but I told her she needs to be out of my place by December. We have 2 daughters instead of dogs though. If the problems aren't addressed, they will just get worse. If she won't listen, write her a letter expressing your concerns, saying that you need time apart, and leave when she's not there if you have to. Take the dog that is yours. Take the things that are yours. If she does get aggressive, she is just proving your point further as to why you should leave. And #X200B. Edit. I'd like to add that I had a partner who treated me like crap, and a couple of times when I got sad about it, they said, "If you're that miserable, why don't you just kill yourself?" While casually scrolling through their phone. More than once that happened. And those are words no one who loves you would ever say. If you are so worried about your dogs, think about how awful it will be when she gets custody of your children. Even partial will be a nightmare, and you will be tethered to her for life. I would seriously consult a lawyer about the dogs. Or offer to let her keep the engagement ring if you keep the dogs. Rule of thumb: you divorce the person you marry. If you think this is bad, it will be a zillion times worse trying to divorce. That is far worse for you financially, I promise. She uses things I told her in confidence about them as ammunition in our arguments. That hit close to home. Reaching out is a hard thing to do, and the fact that you've done that means you've made a courageous first step. Sending love and support. What state are you in? Maybe Reddit can help. You have one life to live, brother. You truly want to live it this way. Find someone who will love you equally. Sad about the dogs, but you need to figure that out before something life-changing in a negative way happens. Why not only take one of the dogs? Just so it is fair. If one is registered in her name, it seems like a pretty clear-cut arrangement. She sounds like the kind of person who will turn this around and call you the abuser. You may want to have a police officer around when moving your things out to have a witness. But she will get worse, and she will use things against you. Let's say children, if you try to leave in the future. Best to leave now. I would rather call my family to help me move out and inconvenience them for a long drive than live a lifetime of abuse. Since she hates your parents, tell her you're going to stay with them. Talk to your parents ahead of time. Let them know you want to leave her and see if you can stay for a bit with both dogs. You may have to leave pack while she's at work. Make sure she doesn't have a tracker on your phone. Turn off friend sharing and location on Snapchat and such. Run, you deserve better, and never take that kind of abuse from anyone ever again. Good luck. I hope you find the strength to walk away. It does sound like you should leave. I don't think you should take her dog, because she could possibly get you arrested for stealing her property. Unless you go and change its registration to your name, then you would be golden. Good luck and stay safe. Sounds like my boyfriend. I genuinely care for him. He's a good man, but when he's angry he gets nasty and does all them things her girlfriend does. It's like I'm afraid of all the stuff he threatens to do and say about me when we break up. He's made it clear if we break up he'll destroy me. He even said my father molested me. He didn't. He's the best dad and a gentleman opposite to my BF. I feel trapped. If I stay it's bad, but if I leave it's worst. You're too good. It's time to leave. You're gonna be so much better after. Do it no matter what. 1. We have had some severe arguments over that time, verbal and some physical abuse. 2. About a week ago we had a huge argument where she told me that I should go and kill myself. You need to gather up everything and leave. Leave now. Her behavior is not normal. Love is out there for you, but this is not it. Leave and get some therapy and have a happy life away from this psycho. Do it. Don't second guess it. Just do it. Marrying her will only make things harder on yourself. Comprehensive Abuse Resources compilation. This document was compiled by a worker in the domestic violence field, who goes by the username of Ebby45 on Reddit. Thank you to the provider and sexual and reproductive health provider who contributed their expertise. Make a plan and then Wishing you all the best. You, Ebby 45, do have any advice for op? To coward to end it now? Probably best to leave before you end up married then divorced with a lawsuit and a fight that will drain more of your life. Sounds like a crazy-ass narcissist to me. Run, don't walk, and disappear. My finance is pretty abusive too. I'm always broke. I ignored all the things op described and spent 30 years in hell. As someone who was in an abusive relationship for 10 years, I understand where you are at. Your feeling that ghosting her is the only option that will work is true. It was the only thing that worked for me, otherwise they will just lure you back in. I know it will be hard, but leave the dog that is registered to her. It will only leave a connection to her that you will have to deal with, and that could be detrimental to your escape. Trust me, it only gets worse. And worse and worse and worse. If you need advice or an ear, let me know. Run while you still can. Don't be a fool and get trapped. Run. Ghost her on everything. Delete all social media and only create new ones with a different name to connect with others if you must. Change your number, and don't speak to anyone about why you've ghosted her unless you can absolutely trust them to not give your information to her. Get out now before any kids are involved and you are truly trapped. If life is like this before marriage, it won't improve with the added stress of kids, work and sleep deprivation. I don't know what advice to give you about the dogs, sorry.